grab your bolsters, friends, because today is our restorative yoga with a bolster class. Now, if you don't have a bolster at home, you can always grab a thick towel and roll it up like a little burrito, grab a couch cushion or a couple of pillows from your bed. Those make a great replacement. So if you don't already have your bolster and your yoga mat rolled out, go ahead and do so and meet me right back here. All right, friends, so we're gonna get started in a nice easy seat. I am sitting on the edge of my bolster. You can do that or not, it's totally your choice. I like the gentle tilt of the pelvis forward. And then really let those sit bones be heavy. Lengthen up through the spine, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. And then instead of doing an actual alternate nostril breath, we're just gonna breathe in and out through the left nostril. This is really calming and grounding to our nervous system. So just taking that right hand and blocking off the right nostril with the thumb. And I like to sometimes take my pointer and middle finger and rest it on my third eye in between, just for a little bit more grounding. And then inhale through the left nostril. And exhale back out through the left nostril. Continuing to inhale through the left nostril only. And exhaling back out through that left nostril. Take one more round of breath through that left nostril. Releasing your hand down, grabbing your bolster, and we're gonna lay it about a third of the way or so down your yoga mat. Come onto your right hip. We're going to walk that right hand out and resting the side of the torso over that bolster. So that right arm becomes like a nice little pillow. You can extend that left arm up and over. I like to keep at least a little bit of a bend in those knees just to kind of keep myself grounded. We'll be here for about 10 breaths before we take it to the other side. Sometimes one of the hardest parts of a restorative yoga practice is the fact that we slow down so much. And for some people, this can be really uncomfortable to be in this much stillness, to have to sit with the thoughts in your mind. And so if you find yourself in that place, really want to invite you to focus on your breath, to focus on your gentle breath instead. Take one more round. And then pressing yourself up and off of your bolster. Go ahead and switch it to the other side. So that left hip is down this time, extending that left arm and allowing the left side to rest over that bolster. Maybe that right arm reaches up and grabs onto the left hand. Breathing into that right side body. Breathing into that really gentle opening. Knowing that sometimes, even when it doesn't feel like we are actually doing much, especially in a restorative yoga practice where we're using all these props and there's not an active stretch, knowing that we are actually doing so much. Final breath. And pulling yourself back up and off of your bolster. We're now going to take our bolster and place it long on our mat. We're going to sit just about an inch or two away from the edge of the bolster. Bring the soles of your feet together and let those knees come out nice and wide. You might have to adjust the placement of the bolster a little bit as you lower down on that bolster. So my spine is fully supported by my bolster. I have a long enough bolster that my head is able to be supported here. If you have a shorter bolster or a shorter pillow that you're using at home, and your head is falling back, if you're comfortable with it, you can enjoy that opening through the throat. If it's not, just grab an extra pillow, or if you have a block or something nearby, you could slide that underneath your head for a little bit of support. And we are getting an active stretch through the fronts of the hips right now. If this is too much, if this is more than you are looking for today, take your hands and make nice fists with them, and you can slide those fists underneath the upper thighs. And they just act as a prop. So we're using our own hands in place of blocks or other pillows. Of course, you could always make this practice even more luscious and use all sorts of props here. But in an effort to keep with just using the one bolster for our practice today, a great alternative, or if you don't have a lot of props at home or a lot of things available for your practice today, just sliding your hands as fists underneath the upper thighs is a really great replacement for a block. And enjoying this gentle heart opener, see if you can drop those shoulders a little bit. first, activating those legs and hugging the knees towards one another. You can either roll onto one side, rolling off of your bolster, or just gently pull yourself back up. I'm going to keep this bolster right where it is, but come onto that right hip, placing your hands on each side of that bolster. Lengthen up through the spine, and then start to walk yourself forward down onto that bolster. You can come onto your forearms just like this, or you could bring one ear down to your bolster, resting all the way. Just for the sake of recording today and not wanting to potentially cause extra noise with the microphone, I'm going to stay just like this. But knowing that you are fully welcome to soften all the way down. And start to press yourself back up and off of your bolster, and just roll onto your hips to take that to the other side. So now that left hip is down. If for some reason you're on opposite sides from me, no problem. Just take the opposite side from before. Hands on each side of the bolster. Lengthen up through the spine first, and then start to walk yourself down. Letting that bolster be supportive here, either with your forearms down or resting that left ear all the way down to the bolster. And pressing yourself back up and off of your bolster, grabbing it now, and start to lower all the way down onto your back. And slide that bolster underneath your knees. We're landing right in our Shavasana. And it can feel really nice to have that bolster underneath the knees. Take a moment to get out any of the wiggles that you need to. Take a big breath into the nose and exhale out of an open mouth. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a few gentle rocks side to side, massaging out that low back. And rolling over onto your right side. Coming into a fetal position. And just gently pressing yourself back up to an easy seat. You can sit on the edge of your bolster if you would like, or not, your choice. Let the sit bones be heavy. Crown of your head pull high. Inhale, sweep those arms out nice and wide. Palms meeting overhead. Pull the hands down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel more rested. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already, grab my free mindful movement calendar. It is a full month of yoga classes planned out for you, but allowing you to pick your class for the day depending on where your body is at each day, and depending on how your body is feeling on any given day. So that is at the link in the description below. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and let me know in the comments what yoga props you have at home. I would love to incorporate more props into this channel. Obviously, there's great replacements. You don't need any sort of fancy props, but if you have props at home, let me know what you have below. I'll see you all next time.